Hey guys, Maryam here. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am reviewing the new Too Faced Natural Lust eyeshadow palette, as well as their new bronzer that comes in the collection. I'm gonna be doing a full first impressions Team Truth style review, as well as a tutorial of this look that you see here. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna give you guys a verdict on whether this palette and this bronzer are worth your time and your money. You know how we do it. That's why you're here, so we could do it together. All right, remember to subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions at all, concerns, leave them down there. Let's do this. Natural Lust palette by Too Faced, review, tutorial, first impressions, Team Truth time. Here we go. So here we have the new Too Faced Natural Lust palette. $59, available at Sephora, at Ulta, HSN, TooFaced.com. Giant mirror, lightweight palette, great for traveling. I like this paper type of packaging. I feel like it's very sturdy, and I can tell because I just dropped it and all the eyeshadows are still intact. That's great. This is actually one of Too Faced's largest palettes. It was modeled after the Natural Love palette, which came out about a year to a year and a half ago. I had that palette, but I wasn't really too into it. I'll pop up a picture right here for you guys. The colors just weren't my flavor. They just were a little blah, a little boring, so I gave it to my best friend Liz, and I think she's loving it. But this right here is a lot more up my alley. It's just a little bit more lusty. And I mean, you guys are here for this palette, so I'm not gonna be talking about the other one any longer. Also in this Natural Lust collection, we have a new bronzer. Beautiful peacock packaging. Smells like coconut, which I love about Too Faced products. And this one is just so pretty. I mean, kind of need two. One that I can keep on display and one that I can use. This one is $34, available at the same places that I mentioned before. That's all the tea. Let's begin. Oh, nice. I actually did not pack any eyeshadow brushes. Amazing. Oh, never mind. I have eyeshadow brushes. False bell. Okay, I just realized that I have this new brush collection from Revlon that I also wanted to try out, and I specifically put this here so that I could use it in my next video. So let's go. I thought this was innovative, and although there aren't too many eyeshadow brushes in here, just like a couple, I think it's enough for what I'm about to do today. I think I'm gonna start with this Taste the Cake shadow here. Just like a cute pinky sort of color. My lids are already primed, so I'm just gonna add this pinky shade right here to my transition. I normally would not use a pink this light in my transition, but today, I don't know, I want to play around. The whole purpose of me reviewing a palette and doing a first impressions is to test the full capabilities of a palette, so let's do something different. This color is okay. This brush is also just okay. It's very soft, so I feel like I'm picking up a lot of color. It's kind of dusty, and it's not really giving me the kind of payoff that I want, but maybe I don't need a super drastic kind of payoff. Maybe this is good enough for what I'm going for. I have this one fluffy brush here from Morphe. A little too fluffy for what I'm about to do, but gonna have to make do. I'm gonna pick up this Call Me Back eyeshadow. You see, these are just so dusty. When you pick up a shade, it kind of just crumbles. I mean, yeah, there's pigment, but not really tightly pressed. I like this color better than the previous. This is a good transition shade. Should have just started with this one. I actually do have a dinner date tonight with Too Faced, by the way. Shh, don't tell him I'm reviewing this video. You know I'm here for the truth and nothing but the truth, regardless of whether I have relationships with these makeup brands or not. I just want to know the bottom line about the product. I'm gonna take a slightly smaller brush, like a pencil brush, also from Revlon. Gonna pick up this same shade, Call Me Back, add it to my lower lash line just as a shadow. Softly blend it out, connect with that outer portion. Did you guys see my Game of Thrones review in my previous video? If you didn't, you gotta watch it because I was a little too in character. I really got into this review. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that pink. Not sure why, but I think it needs it. Next, I'm gonna pick up this shade here called Hot to Trot. This could be described as a reddish brown or maybe a brownish purple. I'm gonna add that to the outer V. It's not really a V, it's like a sideways V. This color is really good, pretty promising. A little bit more fallout here. Not that it's an issue, but I always call it out whenever there is fallout, just so you guys are are aware. I'm going kind of quickly here because I feel like this is the type of palette that you might want to use every day for more wearable looks. So sometimes it's not really about the details and the artistry. I really want to see how these colors apply when you do it fast. Right now it's looking kind of crude, but with the soft brush, looks like you can easily blend it out. I like that because those are the ones that are universal. Those are the ones that can be used by everyone and anyone. Ooh, which one should I go for? Let's do this one, Love Spark. Picking it up on a brush. Cute. I like that pop. Ooh, this is a really, really pretty color. At first sight, it looks like a lot of colors that you see in palettes, but then when you let that light hit you, you notice that there's this really pretty bluish sort of undertone that is very unique. I do have a little acne spot right here. I'm not sure, maybe it's an ingrown hair, but it's kind of messing with my brow bone highlight. Okay, for the lid, I definitely want to pick up this color here called Pin Down. It's just so pretty. So far, so good. It applies pretty well with a brush. Odd, with the finger, it feels super dry, but it does pick up a lot more pigment. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna apply the majority of the product to the center of the lid, and then I'm gonna blend it out with the brush. Definitely more fallout here than with the other shadows. Not a biggie. I'm gonna blend out those edges. Gonna add a bit more of that maroonish brown, Hot to Trot shade. So now I'm just gonna apply a little bit with a brush to the border. I'm gonna blend it out with my previous brush that still kind of has some of that brown purple on it. Okay, that's looking good. I'm just gonna pull out this brown shadow a pinch more on the outer corner and then blend it with that soft brush. Add a bit more of that maroonish color. I don't know why I decided to go for a smoky eye. Just gonna keep blending and keep pulling this shadow out. And these eyeshadows are kind of dry to the touch. Too Faced shadows are generally on the drier side, which means that they could potentially be a little bit more difficult to work with just because you gotta apply a lot more product than you would with a softer eyeshadow. I'm liking where we are at this moment. Let's do a little something for the lower lash line. I think we are ready. I am looking for a waterproof black pencil. This one's from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Not even sure if Anastasia Beverly Hills still makes this Covet waterproof eyeliner, but it's one of the best. So I'm just gonna smudge this outer lower lash line. Also gonna line my waterline, smudging it in between the lashes. Generally for smoky eye looks, you wanna have a really dark lash line just so the darkest part can be around the eye and then smoke out from there. You know what else I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna do one more thing. From my previous video, I'm gonna pull out this UD Game of Thrones Dragon Smoke 24/7 Glide On pencil because it's so gorgeous. And I'm gonna add a little bit of that to the bottom because this has just a teeny tiny bit of glitter and shimmer and I just want it and I just need it. Okay, I'm gonna use this little brow brush from Revlon and I'm gonna set that lower lash line with that same purple Pin Down color that I used for the lid. Just gonna use that to blend out and smoke out that line, add a bit more color and make this a little bit more dramatic and less harsh. The harsher the line, the smaller your eye. So the smokier the line, the bigger your eye. That's just the way that it works in makeup. Do you see the difference? Told you. Looking rather dramatic. One more thing I want to do is take a little bit of this black called Blindfolded and just add that right here to the very, very, very outer corner. I'm just going to tap that, not really blend it because I want to add dimension. I'm actually going to pick up this Essential Concealer from Jouer in the shade Honey. And I'm just going to clean up this area right here under the eye. I'm not going to do a super harsh line, but I definitely want a little bit more brightness and a little bit less fallout. And this is essentially why I'm doing this, but now it's becoming part of my look. So now I think I just want to dip my fingers into a couple of these shadows that I have not tried just to see the pigmentation. Not bad. All right, let's do a couple more. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Definitely not terrible on the shimmers, but those mattes are just a little sad. All right, let's test out just a couple more, but I think I already have a pretty good idea of how these swatch and how these perform and how these apply. So let's do a little bit of Peacocking. This is the shade that I was particularly interested in. Let's do this Peep Show right next to it and a couple of mattes. How about this one, Set in Stone, and this one right here, Love Language. Wow, that Love Language though. I want to add a little bit of this flirty pop color to my inner corner. This is just a pretty shimmery penny type of color. Cute. And one more thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick up the Silk Robe shadow, a neutral kind of nude. And I'm just gonna highlight right here in the inner portion of the brow, just to add a little bit of brightness and light. Not that you see a difference, but perhaps you feel it. maybe it's there. I don't know. Okay, next I'm gonna move on to this gorgeous bronzer right here called Natural Lust Bronzer. This one is a satin dual tone bronzer with a darker shade and also a lighter shade. I'm trying to see if both of these are shimmery, but honestly, I can't really tell until I try. Love, 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 love. This is a pretty color. Smells amazing. Definitely gives an overall bronzy glow. It's not patchy whatsoever. Overall, I would say Too Faced bronzers are some of the best. I love their Chocolate Soleil collection. Been using those bronzers for so long, and they always come in handy. I'm not exactly sure how someone of my complexion would use this side of the bronzer. Perhaps as a subtle illuminator. Definitely see that it's adding a glow. It's not a highlighter type of glow, but the glow is there, and I'm not mad at it. Now, obviously, because I'm going out tonight, I want to look the part, so I'm gonna pick up this other highlighter from Too Faced How Many Bleeps Do I Give? Collection with Erica Jane, who is a housewife, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, this highlighter is money, so I'm gonna test it out. This is what I was looking for, yes. Give me the money. So now, waterproof mascara, Better Than Sex waterproof. Since we're sticking to a Too Faced theme today, I'm gonna apply that to my lashes, and then I'm gonna add some falsies, and I will be right back. Back with the lashes, I'm wearing VELOUR Effortless Lashes in Final Touch. These are perfect lashes for smaller eyes or even for Asian eyes. And in the putting of my lashes, I realized that, oh my God, I ran out of time, you guys. So that's it. This is the final look. I hope you like it as much as I enjoyed putting it together for you, but you're not really here for that, are ya? You're here for the verdict, because you want to know whether this Natural Lust palette by Too Faced is worth your time and money. Here is my conclusion. This $59 30 pan palette by Too Faced gets a rating of 7 out of 10 from moi. The reason being is because I find that a lot of these shadows are a little bit on the drier side. Some of them are not as tightly pressed as others, so the ones that are looser are a little bit less pigmented. They need a little bit more brush strokes, you know what I mean? Whereas the ones that are very pigmented kind of conflict with the others. So I feel this type of palette, as well as most of Too Faced palettes, kind of have this learning curve. So if you are used to Too Faced palettes, then you are gonna like this palette. The colors are gorgeous. They are great for a day look, to a night look, to everything in between. Perfect for a party, for a date, for school, work, you name it. However, keep in mind the dryness of the shadows versus the ones that are a little bit more tighter pressed. Don't say I didn't warn you. I will say that the colors are beautiful. So I'm gonna keep using this palette. No, bestie, you are not getting it. This one's mine. That is my story, and I am sticking to it. I'm also a pretty big fan of this bronzer. I think this is a great shade. I like the fact that there's just a hint of shimmer and also an illuminator that's not too overpowering to be a highlighter. Overall, I think this is a cool collection, and 2 thumbs up for Too Faced for creating this. Thank you guys for watching, for subscribing. I will see you in my next video. Check out some other videos while you're at it. Deuces. Bye guys. Mwah.